What's good, magical family? How are you? It's Unique Divination, and you are listening to Urban Mystic Radio. And I am putting out this video because I'm just shedding my brain of thoughts that I have, and I'm getting it out for therapy to talk about it. But I wanted to talk about manifestation and spells. And just my experience and my observation and my results that I've had for the past year. So I do candle magic, I do spell work, and I just wanted to drop some myths, just talk about some myths, maybe things that people's perception is maybe off when it comes to spell work. When it comes to spell work, a lot of us have the misconception of thinking that when you do a spell or if you pay for a spell, that lo and behold, when the spell is done, you get automatically what you wanted, like it comes to pass. Poof, it's there. And I just want to let you guys know that depending on the energy, the circumstances around it, that can happen that you do a spell one time and what you want, poof, is there. I've had it happen before when I do spells for people and for myself. Now, I'm going to tell you certain reasons of why these things happen so fast. And for other things that you maybe do spells for, they don't happen right away. First and foremost, you've got to understand that the very first tool to any type of manifesting anything, doing any type of spell, is belief. Okay? If you don't believe in anything, it's not going to happen. It's not going to work. And so we need to understand that. So if you're doing a spell or you're doing magic and you have any doubt that what you're doing is for nothing, then it's probably not going to work. Any type of doubt on anything you're doing is going to block what you are trying to do or achieve. So that's first and foremost. You got to understand that. The second thing that we need to understand is intent, the intent behind the situation and the energy around the situation. Sometimes you need to do a spell more than one time for it to manifest. I try to tell people who get spells from me or have any questions, I let them notice before they get spell work from me, or if they have a question about anything pertaining to spell work, if they want to do it themselves, excuse me, intent and energy behind the situation. You may have to do it more than one time. I will use myself as an example. So, been recently, well, for the past year, maybe year and a half, I've been working and doing spell work pertaining to several things. For one, I'm adopting my nephew. He's currently in foster care. I've been working on that situation for about 9 months now. That process has been long and strenuous, and I've done some spell work on it. And since the spring, it is now November. I'm sorry, I'm pushing the time. It is now October, and I just now got an order from the judge that he can come stay with me while I'm waiting on the adoption to take place. Now, before that determination, I would say that I've done some spell work here and there, nothing continuous. Nothing continuous, just, here and there, maybe every other month, pertaining to the situation, protecting my nephew. But the day before that meeting, um, I had did some serious spell work. My coven assisted. Certain members of my coven helped me. And the next day when I went to court, I got this from the judge as far as the order for him to come stay with us. I've been working on this for 9 months. I've been to court 3 times in the past 9 months for the situation. For some reason, I was never brought up. Every time we came to court, it was to pick another date, or somebody was missing, so we had to reschedule. And this court date was for a continuance to pick another date. But for some reason, the judge asked, like he always does, the status of my nephew. But for some reason, he asked why my nephew wasn't with me, which I should have been the primary person they looked at before placing him in foster care. But I'm not going to get into that. But anyway, once it was finally told that I had been visiting him, like the judge did not even know I was visiting him for the past 9 months, nothing. He just knew that I showed up in that court 3 times that there's been court dates. And like I said, I did some spell work. I was very angry. I felt like the foster parent was sabotaging my visit. She did something that day that was just horrible. And my anger and my rage, I just put it all into my spell work on top of my coven helping me. And like I said, lo and behold, Friday, the judge had some questions and he was like, I ordered the child to go with his aunt. So 9 months, 9 months. I feel like that rage and that anger that I had got was transmutated into the energy. And I think because of that and the push from my coven, was able to push and help manifest things. A house. I currently live in an apartment right now with my husband and my daughters, and now we're going to have to move into a house, a bigger house. We're looking to buy. Right now, we're working on our credit, doing all types of things to help in the interim, but looks like a house is coming up soon in the picture for us. Been working on manifesting that for like a year now. So understand that things that you want, it may not come right away. And it all depends on how much energy you're putting into it, how many times you do the spell work. Is it a monthly ritual? Did you just do it one time and then that was it? Like, what are you doing, to help manifest these things? Also, the last thing that's most important is action and will. Just because you do a spell doesn't mean you have to do anything else. You might have to put a little bit more action into it. Say, for instance, I get court case spells and things like that. You want a ticket thrown out, you keep getting tickets. Maybe if you start watching the way how you drive, you won't get tickets and you won't need a court case spell. So, preventative measures or action. I get love spells, sometimes for specific people, and then sometimes a general love spell just to attract a man or a woman with certain traits and qualities. Well, if you're doing a love spell to attract somebody in your life, to marry them, whatever, to have kids, I don't think that you should be going to a bar or like the club looking for love, right? So your actions have to line up with the spell. You can't be looking for love and then you're looking in the club, or you're only going to bars, or you're only going places where there's just trashy ass people that only want to hook up. So your action has to align with what you're doing. People do money spells. What are you doing to help manifest that money spell? The money spell is going to open up opportunities. What are you doing to get to those opportunities? Are you applying for Are you applying for jobs? Are you filling out job applications? Are you going back to school to get a degree? Are you picking up a trade? If you started your own business, are you looking for product? Are you networking? Are you marketing? Are you doing advertisements? What are you doing to help open up that network for money? So there has to be some type of action when you do spells. You can't do a spell and then there's no goal directed activity towards that goal. You just can't solely put it on the universe. Everything is duality, understand that. So you have to put in some type of action to help manifest these goals. Some type of ritual work to help manifest these goals. Um, weight spells. I get a lot of weight spells to lose weight. What are you doing to lose weight? You can't eat 3,000 calories worth of food and then say, I want to lose weight. What are you doing in conjunction with that spell to help lose weight? Are you dieting? Are you exercising? Are you changing your calorie intake? What are you doing to help with the manifestation of losing weight? So I hope you guys can kind of see where I'm getting at. Sometimes I feel like it's hard for me to explain things where people can understand them. Maybe that's just me in my head. So remember, in order to manifest spells or make spells work, we have to back them up with sometimes you have to do the spell more than one time, right? Remember that. Sometimes it has to be done. I always do things around the full moon when I can. Of course, if you need something done right then and there, do it. But I always work around the full moon's energy for banishing, um, for attracting things or repelling things. I like to work around the full moon's energy. Also, like I said, the intent and the energy behind it. Are you transmutating energy when you're doing these spells to feed it? And then thirdly, goal directed activity. What action are you taking in conjunction with the spell work? I use a love spell, for example. You can't do a love spell to attract this fabulous guy with a job, a car, and number one, you don't have any of those things. You want somebody with a car, you don't have a car. You want somebody with a house, you don't have a house. You're looking for love, but you're looking for in the wrong places. You're looking in clubs, you're looking in bars for somebody to marry. Um, Change up your scenery. Go to libraries, go to museums. The universe may open up that opportunity for you to find that person in those areas. You're not gonna Energy and frequency is everything. You can't be looking for a high vibration person in the club. Just doesn't make sense to me. Um, Also, as far as money spells, openers, what are you doing in conjunction with that money candle that you just lit? Are you applying for applications? Did you get your business started? Are you networking? Are you advertising? Are you promoting yourself? Um, what are you doing in conjunction with that money spell to open up opportunities to manifest? So I just wanted to put that out there, make this little video about spells and manifesting and what it really means to do a spell, to work on a spell. Um, like I said, of course, there's been times where I've lit a candle or done ritual work and what I've wanted or what the client has wanted has happened. But most times, some things have so much strong energy behind it that you're going to have to do the spell more than one time and you're going to have to take other actions to manifest. Does that make sense to y'all? Let me know if it makes sense. Comment below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. For those of you that have subscribed, thank you. I appreciate it. Check out my website, www.urbanmystic.com. And I will talk to you guys later.